whoa! Video game companies, stop what you're doing. Stop announcing stuff. E3 is a week from now.
Yeah, save some for your conferences, dudes.
Yeah, so these are our E3 predictions videos, and E3 is a week from now. And
we kept trying to do the video, and then all of a sudden a new announcement came out. Who knows what's going to be announced this week?
Yeah, well, you know, this is about early morning, June 2nd.
Just in case
something gets announced in June 3rd, and we haven't gotten these videos up yet. But we're going to go and give our predictions based on what we've been told, rumors, and all that fun stuff.
And just speculation.
And we're going to cover the big three and maybe a fourth video, just us rambling about everything else.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to start with Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
So walking into Microsoft this year was it's very odd.
Last year they were like, okay, here's Xbox One, and then of course a lot of bad things with the PR and how it was going to be problems with the sharing, and people got really angry about them and had this whole spreadsheet. It just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, and even going to E3 last year, they had done a very good job of trying to show lots of games and content, but in the end there was a lot of technical issues in the actual event. And to top it off, people weren't caring about it anymore. It took over this whole year. We've lost the head of the company, the group, who is now the head of Zynga. We now have we now have Phil Spencer, who's a really good top guy. He's now the head of Xbox. Okay. We also have they've reversed obviously everything about Xbox.
No longer the whole online thing is gone.
Yeah.
They even just recently.
Yeah, just recently.
Kinect.
There's no. Yeah, they've just recently. Kinect. Yeah, right before E3. In fact, this week I think is when the Xbox One's new SKU comes out, which drops it down to $400 without the Kinect.
I mean that's money, because people were arguing that it was too expensive and people didn't want the eye glaring at them all the time. But that's bad for developers who are working on the Kinect. Yeah. So I heard some bad news about them.
Yeah, so knowing that, this is going to be an E3 where they get everyone back. Now they essentially are matching PlayStation 4 feature by feature, only with little changes here and there. Now it's the time for Microsoft to go out and say, guys, now focus on our first-party lineup. They have to get the people who are still on Xbox 360 onto Xbox One. Well, and I think that's a pretty big starting point.
Even the name of their thing is called Game On. They want people to know this is a game platform. Mm-hmm. Before last time it was about TV, it was about Kinect. This time it's, guys, we got games. And so we have a whole list of things to talk about with predictions. So let's get started, shall we?
So we first mentioned that there was going to be a price drop as well as a rebundling new SKU. I think they're going to reemphasize that.
Of course. They're going to say that this is now affordable, it's now accessible, it's now available for the gamers, it's now in your range, and then now we're going to give you a reason to go out there and acquire it.
Yeah, and they might throw in something weird like or unique like, and those of you who buy it it'll also come with a free game or something like a free subscription Xbox Live Gold.
There was also some rumors I heard about like a white Xbox One and about how there was a bundle with a terabyte hard drive. There's a bunch of rumors flying around about that.
Yeah,
they could announce those things. They might not.
If it's honestly, I don't think they're going to announce them right then. If they are in fact happening at the fall, they would not announce a new model. Microsoft has a way of announcing new models the time it happens. In fact, every time they announced a new model of the Xbox 360, it happened the next day.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same announcement, kind of a scenario here. It was like, oh no, by the way, it's in stores right now. Everyone gets one. Yeah, it's under your chair.
Now, actually, I do think they might try something with Minecraft. Minecraft has been one of their biggest gets, I guess, for the Xbox 360 for the last couple of years.
Yes.
Xbox One, Minecraft Xbox One Edition, I think, launches in August, I think, and I think they're going to mention it.
They're going to reemphasize.
They're going to reemphasize it, and they're going to say something along the lines of, I think, for those who already had it on PlayStation 3, they have like a $5 upgrade. I think it's going to be something similar for Xbox One. I think they may have already announced that. I wasn't paying too much attention to it because it's just another version of Minecraft.
Maybe they'll add new features to it or something to give it a little more oomph over its PlayStation counterpart. But I don't see it.
Yeah, I think if anything, they want to keep mentioning Minecraft as their best on their platform because they want families to consider Xbox
One
as a platform.
One thing we did mention was also they mentioned a lot of gold changes.
Yes, so that's something that's going to be a factor as well.
Yeah, maybe they'll take part in Minecraft, maybe?
I don't think it's going to have anything to do with anything.
All right, well, I'm just throwing things out there.
Now, in reference to creativity, one project they haven't released yet is Project Spark.
Yeah, they showed it off last E3, and they had it was like an app thing. You could create your own worlds, your own games. Yeah. It looked like it was going to be a big build-a thing, and didn't do anything.
Well,
it's not out yet.
Well, they had a beta sign up in June of last year, and they've actually had it playable at PAX. We didn't actually play it because it was kind of surrounding all these other booths.
I didn't know it was at PAX.
Yeah, I saw a big sign that said Project Spark.
Oh well. you know.
So I imagine the game will be titled with an actual game naming, unless it is in fact Project Spark.
That would work
and a release date for this holiday would be acceptable. I think that it's a game that they should release and try and emphasize that it's like, hey, it's totally creative. Like you can create your own game, and
I think you're right. Following up with starting with Minecraft and then going into that. So like, well, here's Minecraft. Here's the old favorite you know, but now here's also a new favorite you can only get on the Xbox One about building your own worlds and stuff. I think they can do that.
With that, I'm going to start evoking the NT kernel leak. Now, what happened?
What a leak!
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, a user on the forum NeoGAF by the name of NT Kernel, he appeared out of nowhere, like the day after he was registered to post. He posted a huge list of data of all these possible projects coming out from Microsoft in the next couple of years. And after 2 days of posting and responding to questions, he disappeared and has never been heard from again.
There are some rumors that it was actually supposed to be a leak. Like it was actually planned by Microsoft to get hype for the Xbox One way in advance, but they didn't want to announce everything because they didn't want to make it look like they were desperate. But at the same time, it could have been a bona fide leak.
Yeah. So in the case here, a lot of what our list is going to be based off of is assuming that what he said is true, because a lot of what NT Kernel said, including like a Titanfall bundle, the proposed drop if things weren't doing well.
All happening.
Now, there's some little details that were incorrect, but things may have changed from January when he leaked it to now, which we're now about 5 months later.
Everything's fluid.
So things are fluid, but one of those games was Forza Horizon 2, and Forza Horizon 2 actually coincides with a rumor. There was a concept art for a game that was being codenamed Forza Deep South. So my suspicion is that it's a game in the same vein as Forza Horizon, but probably is not being called Forza Horizon 2. It's probably called Forza Deep South or something similar, and is coming out this fall.
Yes, the next thing they're going to be showing is Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah, Sunset Overdrive was essentially one of the things that NT Kernel got perfectly right in terms of the story. Story is exactly the same, correct. There's a drink by this conglomerate that if you drink too much, you either die or you turn into a mutant. And
you're basically a bunch of guys who survived it, and you got like new weapons, and it's supposed to be bright and colorful, bouncing off cars. Supposed to be about having fun. Right, is apocalyptic.
And this is one of the biggest things they're going to talk about, because they even have a 3-hour event at the Century City Microsoft store where they're going to have playable demos of this game, which is actually the second of 2 events at the same Microsoft store, the first of which will be an ID at Xbox event, which is another thing they're emphasizing.
Now, they already had actually a little announcements of this, like for the last few weeks.
Yeah, back at the beginning of the
So I hope they have some big announcements for it at the conference, like some new feature, new mode, new monster type. I don't know, but you hope there's something new to add to it.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe tablet use, by the way. I'm going to start taking account as to how many times I see a tablet or a phone on stage.
For all 3? Or
all of them. Not just the 3, all of them. I want to see just how integrated mobile platforms are getting into these conferences.
The next thing is Quantum Break.
Yes.
Ooh, Quantum Break.
Quantum Break is made by Remedy, the guys who made Alan Wake for the Xbox 360, and before that, the Max Payne games. They actually... the NT Kernel leak said it was going to be a winter 2014 release.
Unfortunately, they've since delayed it till 2015.
Yeah, and from one particular insider has made a tweet saying maybe even closer to summer of that year. It's likely that the developer team, Remedy, has been known to be slow with development, so I'm not entirely surprised to see it delayed. Also, the fact that we saw probably a collective amount of probably 30 seconds of gameplay.
And I remember that was actually one thing where they said, oh yeah, it's finally in full production.
Yeah.
That was like a year ago, you guys announced this game, now you're going full production?
Yeah, it's not a pleasant sight.
Now, as far as, they said it might not be actually veiled at E3.
It won't be playable, I assure you that. The game will be a teaser trailer
or
a trailer.
Thing
it will not be full gameplay. It may be a demo that's like no longer than a minute and a half to showcase the game.
Just to show that
maybe a trailer of the game, but the actual gameplay will not be emphasized greatly until Gamescom, which is 2 months from now. Which I think is also another factor for E3's reduction, is that a lot of companies are focusing on Gamescom for European games in focus.
Now for Fable Legends.
Fable Legends is a Unreal 4 engine game. I think it's free to play, if I remember my information correctly. But the
I always get kind of concerned when I hear that.
But the game is being, but the NT Kernel leak said summer of 2015. Now it could be that this game is replacing Quantum Break, but it may cause the game to be rushed out. That's always a possibility, but the game is going to be shown and most likely playable at the show. That's all I have really about it, honestly. Is that like the 7th game in the Fable franchise at this point?
It might be. I don't know. I don't follow all the games. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
The next one is a sequel to Killer Instinct Season 2.
Yeah, so what happened is that Killer Instinct, the guys who were originally producing it... Now, Killer Instinct was unveiled last year, which was a big surprise to us.
Yeah, an old franchise that Rare used to make.
We did guess it, right? We
did guess it.
Because we heard that they had gotten the...
Yeah, but of course, sadly, Rare wasn't making it. Another guy was making it. Though again, apparently it's a competent fighter.
It was it was a very competent fighter developer, but they have now been purchased by Amazon. So, but another developer has picked up the slack, and that's what Season 2 is. We actually already have this confirmed. It's going to be at one of IGN's streamed games. They mentioned it straight up. So it's almost like I'm just telling you what's going to be there at this point, rather than guessing.
That's kind of what this list is, I think.
Yeah. So we've gotten through all those IPs. Now we're going to the biggest one, obviously. Halo. We already know about Halo 5 Guardians.
Again, it was announced
last 2 weeks ago.
Come on, guys. Save them.
But my prediction, we'll be seeing a gameplay trailer.
Yeah,
it'll be a gameplay demo of them, kind of like Halo, a slice of
Halo 2, that one amazing level that never actually existed.
Exactly.
We did see they announced it, and they said, oh, by the way, it's not coming out till next year, and I kind of want to see where that story's going, because they showed the box art. I don't know why they're showing the box art.
It's something to change.
Whatever.
They want to show enough of the game to be hyped about it. I think it's going to be either the first or one of the last things they announce, because what's going to happen is that after they show the demo, he's going to say, we want to start everyone's interest in the Halo universe this year. So this year, it would be great to announce that Halo 2 Anniversary Edition will be coming exclusively to Xbox One.
Yes, Halo 2. This is the 10th year anniversary for Halo 2, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
And last time they did the Halo Anniversary Edition.
Anniversary Edition.
And so now they're going to do it again for Halo 2, though. Based on information we're hearing, is there's actually going to be a collection called the Master Chief Collection, which is going to be Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4, all bundled on for Xbox One.
Yes, the NT kernel leak that came out originally said that there was going to be Halo 2 Anniversary plus a special edition that had not only Halo 2, but 3 and 4 upported to Xbox One. My suspicion is that has since changed.
To having Halo 1 as well.
My suspicion is that Halo 2 Anniversary Edition will release by itself as a $40 game. And then they're going to release a game collection called the Master Chief Collection with Halo 2 Anniversary Edition, as well as Halo 1 Anniversary Edition and 3 and 4 upported from 360 to Xbox One.
Yes.
And that'll probably cost about $120.
And I'm thinking, just because we're talking about Halo 5 and all this, that it'll actually have a beta attached to it to play Halo 5 multiplayer when it comes available. So that is what people are going to want to buy because they want to get access to the multiplayer.
Yeah,
betas.
Hopefully we don't hit into a Watchdog scenario where there's like 5 different special editions.
Yeah, this one comes with Halo 3 and 4, but not 1.
Or this one comes with the Halo 5 beta for all of them, but I suspect that's going to be a big thing because they really want to get Halo fans on the system.
Yes.
Obviously we should expect a Call of Duty Advanced Warfare demo. They've never failed. Actually, last year they did not have a Call of Duty demo, which is weird.
There is a possibility of a teaser from Project Igano.
Now, this is a big one. We have not heard anything official. This was an NT kernel leak. One of the last things he mentioned was that a Platinum Games title called Project Nagano was going to be coming out March 2016. That's a little bit less than 2 years from now. My suspicion is that they're going to either announce by showing a picture of Platinum Games, or Kamiya is going to say, we are glad to be supporting Microsoft at this time, or we're going to see a character model representing the main character of the game.
I don't even know what it is.
We don't know what it's called. We have no idea other than the fact that it's a project that's in development now with Platinum Games coming out in 2 years. My suspicion is that they're going to use that as an opportunity to leverage something, or they're going to wait until Tokyo Game Show to announce it. So it's a big what-if scenario at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of teaser. I mean, we've seen Platinum Games announce games years in advance. Like, what was it? Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Metal Gear Solid Rising was not originally their game.
Well, technically, yes. But you know the point. It was announced beforehand.
Now, speaking of Japanese developers, I also suspect there's going to be multiple Japanese exclusives for Xbox One. Now, this is kind of an easy shot because there's already been a developer in Japan who's making 3 Xbox One games. And we already know of D4, which was announced last year. I suspect we'll get a release date for D4.
There was discussions that there's one major Japanese franchise that was going to be exclusive, and apparently rumors are like, you guys are going to lose your head when you find out this is exclusive Xbox One.
Are you sure it was just Japanese? I thought it was just in third party in general.
It could be just third party in general, but either way, you're gonna lose your heads.
Hey, maybe it's the new Contra. Maybe it's Contra for.
Maybe it's Shenmue. I think people would lose their minds.
That would be crazy. A new Sonic exclusive to Microsoft. That would be kind of weird. Wouldn't it?
I don't know. It's really
Anyway, also, since we're talking about third parties, more exclusive deals. Microsoft's been DLC coming first to our platform. They're going to have more EA games that are coming out like 6 months before everything else. That launch parity clause is so terrible. But I think that we're going to see a lot more attempts from Microsoft to make sure that third parties are coming first to them. Because they want people
right
to...
now, it's Sony is the big...
Yeah, because right now, Microsoft has to try and convince people that investing in an Xbox One is worth it over a PS4. Yeah. And the only way to do that is to have good first-party games, exclusive third-party games, and just more third-party content.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing.
Now on this list here we have something called Microsoft streaming services. You think they're actually going to do this?
Well, PlayStation Now, which we'll get to in the next video, is something that that's been a growing process. Streaming games to your system rather than actually owning them, which sounds straight up Microsoft's alley. And on top of that, what happens at the beginning of the year at CES, they mentioned a project called Microsoft Rio. I think it was a rumored project. I can't remember if it was completely confirmed, but I would not hold it against Microsoft to announce the streaming service of their own, specifically playing either Xbox 360 games or demos of Xbox One games.
Or even Xbox games.
Yeah, any particular game that's necessary.
Because there's a lot of games in backlog that are on the Xbox 360 and the Xbox that you can't get access to on the Xbox One. This would be a prominent way to get them on there and compete against PlayStation Now.
Now, the funny thing we mentioned in the streaming service, I think anything else regarding the OS, any OS device, any Kinect-based service or anything, or Kinect in general, will take a minimal point in time.
Well, this is game on. This isn't this isn't like interactive experience on. This is we want people to buy our system because of games, not because the OS looks nice.
The funny thing on the bingo card for this, I have a new Kinect IP just to cover my base. But I think that less than 10 minutes will be dedicated to OS this year. There was that was actually what they did last year. They barely had any OS discussion, which was good.
I think they're going to do the same thing here because they want people to stop being tired at their events and getting excited at their events.
Well, they were exciting last year, no doubt about it.
People had that whole haze about, well, I'm not sure of this. Well, now they don't have that haze anymore. Now they can talk directly to them, and now the price is the right spot. They have their attention. It's time to get their attention. Again.
You said the quote wrong. But anyway,
I didn't say there was a quote.
Oh. Now, while they're not going to have a block really dedicated to their OS, or at least a large block, they are going to try and do an indie block.
Yeah, so they're going to try to do the same thing that Sony did last year. They're going to talk about, but last year they did Minecraft and below.
Yeah.
But this year they're going to open up the floodgates and say, listen, we have all these indie games coming on the system. Look how many there are.
You're going to show a bunch of logos behind them, like, these are all indie games coming our way.
You're going to have people playing them too.
Yeah. Whoa!
It's going to be just like Sony.
It's going to be exactly.
They're going to have a PlayStation logo and everything.
They're going to show Octodad again. What happens is that watch that be right. Well, last year they're going to do an indie block, which I mean about a little bit more, around 10 minutes, I think. 5 to 10 minutes is a good size for the block.
If not, at least a montage trailer of all the games.
Yeah, and it's going to be about 6 games. And I say that because they're already mentioned in their list of announcements of what's going to happen at E3. Mm-hmm. They're going to have a live stream where every day, for the 3 days of E3, they're going to have 2 ID and Xbox games mentioned. Yeah. And I think that means that we're going to see 6 indie games specifically mentioned at the press conference.
Below might be one of them.
Below might be one of them, yes. Other ones are probably games we've seen before that are also coming to other platforms, but they're coming exclusively first to Xbox One. Mm-hmm. So it'll actually be a nice change of pace.
Now, one thing that happened last year as well is they mentioned they had a price drop for the Xbox 360 and even had a new Xbox.
That's a super small one that was like the size of
Yeah. Well, we're thinking because how Xbox 360 still sells places and has a lot of games still coming out for it. We're thinking maybe one more Xbox 360 price drop.
I think that they haven't gotten to 100 yet, but they keep on getting these sales that are getting down to that much. I think now is the time to drop the other shoe.
And also, or even bundle it. I'm not sure what other games are coming out for the Xbox 360.
Yeah, there's a lot more cross-gen games, but I think that releasing the system and saying, guys, the Xbox 360 is now $100. Go at it.
And even if they dropped the Kinect for the Xbox One, they could release a bundle with the Xbox 360 and its Kinect and sell it like a Dance Central.
Are they really the same thing? I think we had this argument before, but and we kind of skipped past third-party stuff already. But Titanfall discussion.
Yes, Titanfall released. People got excited for it.
I think, and then from the NG Kernel leak, there was supposed to be DLC discussion, and one of them I think matched up with the amount of in terms of days of announcement. One of them matched up with E3.
So we were gonna think
exclusive DLC to Xbox platforms.
New Titans, new levels,
Master Chief Titans,
single player. Maybe we all wish for that.
We all hope, yeah. On top of that, we also know that the developer Black Tusk, which we had hoped for last year, had showed a trailer of a guy shooting a gun, and that
wasn't a trailer. It was a
teaser. It was an experience,
a cinematic experience.
It turned out that was actually, according to NT Kernel, it was actually a game called Shangheist. That was their new IP. They were going to announce it and release it perhaps this year or next year. The game got canceled when they bought Gears of War, which happened earlier this year.
Which makes us believe there's going to be a teaser for a Gears of War game!
Though at the same time, I can't imagine how, since the game's only been developed for half a year. It's low on the list.
Money makes things happen.
In time.
And working weekends.
And working days that don't exist.
Yes,
we've added
there's 8 days this week.
You're working that 8th day. So now that covers everything.
And that's Microsoft. A lot of it we already know, or it's going to happen.
Now, one thing I don't have listed on here is the game is the theme. What do we think the overarching theme of this that'll pervade this E3's press conference from Microsoft?
They kind of told us the theme.
Yeah,
Game On. This is going to be games. They want people to know there's going to be exclusive games. There's going to be third-party games. There's going to be exclusive third-party content, and the's going to be indie games.
And check under your chairs. It's another collection of Halo games.
Yes, games. Xbox 360 games.
No rare games. So we got. On that note, our big guesses, which have pretty much no.
We're just throwing everything against the wall. See what happens.
So mine is a new Phantom Dust. I lied. This actually does have some backing. They actually redid their trademark for Phantom Dust, and that's a Japanese-developed game. So it would be interesting to see that they actually want to emphasize the Japanese audience so much more that Phantom Dust happens to be one of those games. And that would definitely fit within an exclusive third-party game that's surprising people.
Okay, mine. We talked about Halo Anniversary collection stuff, but how about a Gears of War collection? Yes, Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and that prequel one. All 4 of them in one collection for the Xbox One. Bam, that would be something. Gears of War collection. I mean, they have collections all the time, but this would be something that would get people really excited.
I think honestly we might see that next year. But it's a good guess to happen.
Hey, they need the sales now. they're gonna game on, Alex. Game on.
So that's our Microsoft predictions. Click on anywhere on the screen to go over to the
Sony,
or just the button that I might create arbitrarily after the fact.
Just press it and go to see our Sony predictions.
You have our Sony predictions.
Game on.